Okay, we're gonna start up a game here of Dragon Age Origins. So I'm gonna click on this, let the opening play through, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings, the Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late, for I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Alright, so that was the opening, which was narrated by Duncan of the Grey Wardens. First of all, I'd like to say that this was kind of an idea that I was like, oh, I should, as a joke, I was like, I should totally do this, and one of my friends was like, you totally should, and I recently got her into Dragon Age Inquisition, so I thought, well, the least I could do is, do a recording of Origins that she could watch, Anyway, so, also per her request, this is going to be a female human noble playthrough, and we will be romancing Alistair. This is my default playthrough, and I usually use this for whenever I do like Dragon Age 2. It's the one that gets imported. And I do have some mods that do kind of affect how the game looks. One of them is, I don't remember, but it makes them more realistic. Like some of them can have like really ugly skin and they look like they have issues, and then you also have the default, the more default looking skin, which is that one, which looks more like, you know, she doesn't have any problems with her skin. But let's see. Turn on this game mode so I can actually see what I'm doing here. I can find game mode. There we go. Okay, it helps to brighten the screen up a little bit. I don't know if it makes any difference on your end, but on my end it does make a bit of difference. Sorry, I need a drink of water. Okay, so my character's name is definitely not Alyssa Cousland. She's Rowena Cousland. She is obviously white. I know that looks kind of like you can't really tell, but anyway, for all the mods that I use, I will list them in the description, at least for this first video, so that you can see. Let's turn up some of the blush volume so we can actually see some of these colors. One thing about having the quality of the graphics turned up, it certainly makes it so that I cannot hardly see what she actually looks like. Okay. Let's see. No. What part of no don't you seem to get? There we go. Something like that. We'll like turn it down. Flip intensity. I think I must have something that makes these like the colors more vibrant, but I don't remember what it's called, hence why I'm thinking about just putting all the mods that I use in the bottom there, and then you can just tell for yourself which ones. And if you can't tell, she does have a default look that I generally use with this particular character, because yes, I do multiple playthroughs with the same character, the same outcome mostly, because I like the romance bits. What can I say? As for this part down here with the tattoos and stuff, I generally don't do face tattoos because humans don't have face tattoos. So that's Liliana's hairstyle. Now I usually use modded hair, but I don't know which one it was, so we're just gonna go with some default hair. But there is a hair texture that I use. Again, that will be listed in the description below. So, okay, and she's already blonde, good. Eyebrows, they look alright. Eyes are next. Sorry, I had to sneeze real quick. Eye shape. Let's see. No! There we go. I know, she kind of looks surprised. And yeah, there is an eye mod that I use. I usually leave her eyes that color because I don't remember what color her mom's eyes are. I think that's her mom's eye color. Okay. It's sad that I've played this game enough that I know what color her mother's eyes are. And that I've played the same playthrough before. Let's see. I'm so typical, I use the same. I like that little facial expression. For her, I do like the violent one, but I think recently the one I've been using for her was the experienced.
Greetings.
They also have the sultry.
Charmed.
Which I don't know if that really, you know, it's not like she actually speaks her lines. Those are just what she says, like in combat and things. So I think we'll go with the violent, the typical one that I always use because it's so much fun. And you'll probably figure out why when you hear some of the things that she says. I usually just put those points in Constitution so she doesn't fall down when you breathe on her. And coercion. And lockpicking. And dual weapon, because she's a rogue. Difficulty level normal. I would put it up higher, but I have trouble with it, I admit. So I usually just keep it on like normal. I don't know how far I'll get on this playthrough. I may just get to the part where Duncan saves her family. I may just, you know, I don't know how far I'll get. I guess we'll see. I did tell.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. How? You remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear.
And if you didn't know, Arl Howe is voiced by Tim Curry. I know I spent hours rattling my brain on that, and then I finally gave in and looked it up on IMDb. Yeah, Tim Curry voices Arl Howe. It's no wonder I hate him so much. Anyway. And you, Arl Howe.
My son Thomas asked after you. Perhaps I should bring him with me next time.
I'd like that.
Good. My son saw you at a Denerim fair, and has talked about you ever since. He'll be pleased you remember him.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Oh boy! So does that mean I get to, slide around in my socks and, sing things at the top of my lungs? Anyway. Hehe.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just as Is there a problem?
Yes.
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol.
Fuck you.
I am at a disadvantage.
No one cares.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Yeah, there's a reason Arl Howe is kind of dancing around like that there. He is not happy to see Duncan, and there is a reason for that. But I'm not gonna spoil anything, so, okay. Yeah, they're an order of great warriors.
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is my daughter we're talking about.
Oh my. I have no interest in becoming Grey Warden. Is there a reason I shouldn't join them?
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off
She's
to battle.
so pretty.
Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
And yes, there's a particular way that I play this character. You will never see her choose anything that is deliberately mean or vicious. She's just not that kind of person. She tries to be good, and despite everything that happens to her, she tries to do what's good, because that's the way that her father raised her, and I admit that I become very attached to her parents. So this just kills me, honestly. Where is Fergus?
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Okay, I think this episode is going to probably end at that point, but I'm going to go ahead and record episode 2 right after this, so they should come about the same time, mostly for the length and, you know, all the intro videos and whatnot. Anyway, I will see you soon, and yes, you could tell that I have some of those DLCs already, the quests for them popping up on my screen, so that should be fun. Anyway, see you soon.